What's going on, everybody? This is Vital Tech editor Jason Schroeder, and I'm going to give you a 5-minute rundown on Transition's modular e-bike, the Relay. The Relay is one of the first lightweight e-bikes you're supposed to ride without assistance if you please. Transition achieved this duality via Fazua's compact Ride 60 motor with a removable 430 watt-hour battery. Pulling out the battery requires no tools and drops 5 pounds from the bike. Our large test bike weighed 45.5 pounds with the battery installed and 40.5 with it removed, but you can get builds as low as 38 pounds. The Relay comes in either carbon or alloy with 160 or 170 millimeters of travel and with mixed or dual 29-inch wheels. Transition refers to the longer travel options as their P&W builds, and they come with mixed wheels, a coil shock instead of air, and a Fox 38 fork instead of a 36. Builds range from $6,800 to $12,500, but Transition has been running some sales, so check their website for the most up-to-date pricing. The Relay's geometry blurs the line between all mountain and enduro. The head angle is 64 degrees, which is a tad modest for a long travel bike, but the effective seat angle is steep, the stack is tall, and the wheelbase is appropriately long across all sizes. This all adds up to a more rearward and in-the-bike body position descending, with a casual and comfortable position when seated. The Ride 60 system has 3 assist modes that you can toggle between with Fazua's bar-mounted ring controller, and a top-tube integrated display consisting of 5 lights indicates the current assist mode and battery life. I recommend jumping into Fazua's app to play around with the assist settings for each mode, but overall, the motor has a smooth, slow wind-up of power that is plenty strong enough to get you up any climb, with an intuitive entry of power that fades into the background as you pedal. It does produce an impressive little hum for being a smaller motor, and I found the ring controller lacked the tactile feel that I like from a normal button assist switch. Over the past 7 months of testing, I've used the Relay as a bike park bike, a daily enduro bike, an e-bike for quick after-work rides, and lately it's been a useful tool for trail building. The Relay's versatility has been its most striking attribute, but that doesn't mean I've enjoyed each configuration equally. As a mountain bike, the best way to describe the Relay is large and in charge, which has its pros and cons. The obvious benefit is that you'll be hard-pressed to find terrain that phases the Relay. I loved being able to charge into really ugly sections, knowing the odds of hitting something that would cause a catastrophic error was unlikely. The downside is it doesn't easily leave the ground and can be less engaging to ride or require more work to place where you please. For some, this calm, plow-over-everything sensation could help add confidence when riding new features, but for less experienced riders, it could be harder to control. It's all about using the stability and size of the Relay tactically to ride sections that challenge your abilities rather than letting the bike ride you. So the million-dollar question surrounding the Relay, can you actually pedal it without assistance? Yes, of course, but it requires more effort than your typical mountain bike. The P&W build I tested weighed more than any mountain bike I've pedaled uphill in the last 10 years, including a few SLE bikes. It was doable, but my speed and energy were heavily taxed. Riding the Relay as an e-bike wasn't that much different than riding it as a mountain bike, as the 5-pound penalty from the battery simply amplified its stability and composure, with the only downside being a further decrease in responsiveness. Overall, I could toggle between each configuration without adjusting my riding style or line choice. The key is that you are riding an e-bike that can be used as a regular bike, not the other way around. So, as an e-bike, it performed better across the board thanks to the motor doing most of the work on climbs. After hammering on the Relay for months, it has remained in good shape with no impending red flags. My only 2 complaints are that it's become hard to twist the latch to remove the battery cover, and the noises the bike produces due to the large opening of the down tube can be a nuisance. It's a unique sound that isn't as harsh as cable rattle, but rather a hollow thud from impacts being sent through the frame. Some tri-flow and extra noise-canceling material could help both situations, but it'd be nice to see the next generation Relay solve these issues from the get-go. So what's the bottom line? The Relay delivers on the promise of being 2 bikes in one, but offers the best all-around performance as an e-bike. Even with its battery removed, it's still a 40-pound bike, and when you tack on its descent-focused geometry and long travel, pedaling the Relay without assistance becomes less appealing. Creating a lighter build than we tested would narrow the performance gap on climbs and could equalize the abilities of both Relay configurations. But for most riders, the way you'll experience the bike is best summed up as riding a limitless enduro bike that can take on any trail that also happens to have a motor to help you arrive at the top of more descents. Alright, there's the short and sweet of Transition's Relay e-bike. Again, we put a lot of time into testing this bike and have a super in-depth review live on our site now. So if you want to learn more, find the link in the description below or head to vitalmtb.com. Cheers.